All right, everybody. We are live. Hold on just a second. You might get a little glitch from me here. I will keep talking, though, as if you don't. I had to make a little adjustment there that I should have done beforehand. Anyway, welcome to the August Outturn preview tasting. Lynn, say hello.
Hello, everybody, and hi to you, Scott.
I'm Scott, by the way. Yep, I did not say that. And our name tags should be showing. Why are they not? Show display names. Yes. There we go.
Ooh, we got a new person. Hi, Kyle.
Kyle tuning in. We got Duke McHale is here. Oh yeah, Kyle Whippert. I haven't seen Kyle before. Yep, first time catching the live, he says. Cheers.
Nice.
Thanks for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
We usually kind of blabber on for a couple minutes, give everybody a chance to come in and tune in. Most people are expecting these the Outturn preview tastings now. They know kind of when it's coming, and these Monday nights, usually 7 p.m. Eastern time. Myself and Lynn or Ben have been doing these. Tonight, I hate to say it, we only have 4 whiskeys. So generally we're previewing 6, sometimes 5. Tonight, 4. But we had a little snafu with the importing when the time came to order our samples. There had been one shipment that had been held up at customs or hadn't made it to port yet. So we didn't have time to order more whiskeys. At that time, there were only 4 whiskeys in the warehouse. So that's what we had to order.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Yep. But I think we'll get by all right.
Yeah. We'll come out sober. I won't have to creepishly over compliment you as I usually do. Kyle, if you don't know, I think Scott is the best human being in the world. So when I see him, I just am so excited. And then the more I drink, turn into a creeper. So, anyways, all right.
Yeah. Anywho, I used to have a teacher in high school who would say, "Anywho,
where's your lady?"
She'll probably be tuning in. I think. I'm not sure. I told her we had a live stream, so we'll see.
All right.
My fiance.
Yay!
Round of applause.
I think that it's special because you have the dynamics you have is just so authentic and real, and she's funny and you're funny, and you both deserve all the happiness in the world. So I'm so happy for you.
Well, good. Well, thank you.
Ah.
All right. So anyway, let's go ahead. We've got a kind of a heavy lineup though for only having 4. Oh, there she is. Hello, Jen. Hello, babe.
Hi, Jen.
All right. We will start out. So anyway, 4 whiskeys. They are pretty good ones here. Even or trying to see how to do the lineup. We are starting off with an 18-year-old. And Lynn, I'll let you introduce this one as I pour it and show the color.
Okay, we're having it's Society Cast number 19.69, the Highlander Start. And this is an 18-year for 220. I want to say it's aged in a first fill barrel.
Yep. Fact is, I think all 4 casks that we're previewing tonight, or I don't think I know, all 4 are Highlands. Just happened to work out. That was all that was in the Highland warehouse. And really, the color, I mean, it's about what you'd expect. 18 years in a first fill, ex-bourbon, kind of that rich honeyed color. So showing a little bit of the age there. Sometimes you may see a little bit more cask influence, but
yes.
And really, our distillery 19. So anyway, if you're new and you're watching, if you're new to the SMWS and you don't know, this is cask number 19.69. That means this is the 19th distillery that we purchased whiskey from, and it's the 69th. And then the 6.69 means this is the 69th cask that we've released from that distillery. Oh, I was going to say, man, if you're new, you don't know, we don't release the distillery codes where I said this is distillery 19. They are available online. All you have to do is Google SMWS distillery codes. There's several websites out there that track it, and you can find out what distillery is what.
Yes. Oh.
Woo. Yep, spicy and fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
On the nose, it smells like orange blossom yogurt.
Yeah, that's pretty descriptive.
Sorry.
Spicy, peppery, fruity. I'm getting like not citrus fruits, but more heavy, like stone fruits, berries, strawberries.
Yeah. Yes. Definitely a little bit of that graham cracker note too, but I definitely see the stone fruits, and even if they're like stewed, just kind of warm.
Right.
White,
more like.
What's that?
Sorry.
No.
I was gonna say it's more like white pepper.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was just gonna say I inhaled in my recessive nose and I picked up that side. Because each nostril is different. I don't know if you all experience that, but I find one side of the nostril will pick up more of the alcohol and the other one will get the softer.
Yeah. So I'll tell everybody use both nostrils, because some days one nostril may be working better than the other. So try it with your left nostril, try it with your right, try it with both, try it with your mouth open, try it with your mouth closed.
Yeah.
In all honesty, it took me a while to learn or get used to smelling with my mouth open. And I do think you get more notes with your mouth open.
Yeah. Oh, this one kind of, there's a specific Brazilian lotion called Boom Boom Cream. They sell at Sephora, and it's like that honeycomb profile. It smells really nice. I would just wear this as perfume. I really like it.
I got some watermelon.
Oh, that's cool.
And raspberries. Huh. All right.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I tried this earlier today and I thought it was a little bit tight in the beginning, where there was like a oak and a little bit of that tropical fruit profile. And just a hint of like oakiness, that dryness. But after I let it sit in the glass for 20 minutes, there was definitely cantaloupe and peach and the honey and brioche bread. So it got like more creamy with a little bit of a paprika for me.
I like the cantaloupe. Yeah, I'd say that as well. It's still, and along with that watermelon, kind of melon, peppery. My dad used to he'd put pepper on his watermelon, which I always thought was gross. I've never tried. But for some reason, if I did, I can taste that in here.
Yeah.
Little lavender or a little floral.
Yes. I get a little bit of saffron. And hints of paprika spice.
Very rich, very full. I think the 18 years here, very nice cask influence. I think it shows on the nose and on the palate and on the finish too. I mean, it hangs around, clings on, and stays in there. I'm still tasting it. Very nice, rich, full. Gums are heavy. That sounds like a song, Eminem song. Rich, full, gums are heavy.
So
there's whiskey on my sweater already.
Oh, whoa, you can freestyle. Oh my gosh, you're so cool. Scott, I thought you were perfect before. Now you just continue to blow my mind. Okay.
I was just substituting lyrics to a song.
I can rap for the life of me. Okay, I'm going to just add a few.
I impressed Jen too. She'll be like, she's like, you surprised me with some of the songs that you know. Like,
That's awesome.
Kyle Whippert says I'm spitting fire.
Oh, I'm glad you read that out loud because I'm like spitting flames. Huh? What's
I mean, maybe that is it. Maybe it's spitting flames.
no? Spitting fire means like you're on a roll and kicking buttons. I think. Okay.
With water, creamier,
Mm-hmm.
just as fruity. A little bit more of the melon showing.
I think with water, it also, for me, I get more of a light brown sugar, macadamia nuts and almonds and butterscotch, and then there's like a finish where it leads to just kind of like a white wine vinaigrette and just a white chocolate creaminess essence too. If that makes sense. But it's very complex. I really enjoyed how like layered and this whiskey was is.
Yep. Yeah. I'm getting more almost lemon and lime zest though now too. I didn't necessarily at first, but still all the other fruitiness and the melons,
Actually,
waxy, vanilla.
okay.
Let me put another drop of water on mine.
All right. Yeah, I definitely see that waxiness coming through.
I would say our casks from Distillery 19 are pretty popular too. Well, and so 19th Distillery, this is the 69th cask that we've released from them. I mean, that's an early distillery number. For example, Distillery 53, we're getting close to the 500th cask that we've released from. So for Distillery 19 to only be at cask number 69, we don't release a lot of Distillery 19 whiskeys.
Yeah.
2 rounds of water here.
Mm-hmm. It kind of tastes like a fruit tart to me with like pastry cream.
Yeah.
Really
Yep.
enjoy that butteriness coming through.
I've got in my notes too, bamboo shoots and water chestnuts
Oh,
and almond slices.
that's cool. Bamboo shoots. I like that. I've only had pickled bamboo shoots, so I don't even know what it tastes like without it being pickled.
Yeah.
Where have you tried that?
Well, probably only the pickled ones as well. But I was like, man, it's not sandalwood. And I was trying to place the woodiness that I was getting. I was like, it's kind of a bamboo. And then it just made me think of bamboo shoots and water chestnuts.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Kyle said it sounds like a great stir fry pairing whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I would agree. And a good steak. Good steak fry pairing whiskey too.
Oh, I tried making steak fries. I failed. Yeah.
Steak frites.
Iron. What is it? Iron flank steak or what? What do you guys call it?
Flank steak. There is a flank steak. Yeah.
Okay, flank steak on an iron skillet.
Oh.
That's totally different from steak fries, huh? Steak fries is just a fat cut of French fries.
Oh, well, yeah, could be. Yeah, I suppose. Steak fries or sometimes potato wedges.
Oh,
Steak fries. Yeah.
okay. I heard steak and immediately went straight to meat.
Well, no, that's what. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old beef.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some tasting notes from the bottle on this one.
Yeah.
Are you done? You got anything else you want to add there, Lynn? Linguini?
Nope.
All right. 19.69, the Highlander start. Porridge with strawberry compote, figs and pistachios, as well as charred tomato vinaigrette before we had roasted strawberry and rhubarb crepes. Pretty close. Pretty decent.
Nice.
Now we will move on to 11.46. Another 11. My second 11 since I've been on with the SMWS. We did 11.43 a few months ago.
Yes.
And it was Outturns. And it was 8 or 9 years old as well, same as this one. But I'll let you introduce this one, Lynn, while I pour.
Sure. This one's called Organized Artistry. This is an 8 year, so 4 years in an ex-bourbon hogshead, and then transferred to a second fill Oloroso hogshead. Under the deep, rich, and dried fruits.
For 8 years old and a second fill Oloroso, very nice influence here. Really about the color you'd expect for a double maturation from ex-bourbon and then the sherry. I mean, it's not that exclusive maturation where you're getting that deep, dark sherry notes, but they're kicking in here. And 4 years in that cask looks like it did something nice.
Yeah.
Visually, I'm sure it did on the palate as well. But no, anyway, a few months ago, like I say, we had 11.43. I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was so good. It was so good. I ordered a second bottle of it.
Yes, you told people to get 2 or 3.
I rarely, yeah, that was one. I was like, believe me, if you order this one, you want 2.
Yeah.
So, and Outturns, this one Oloroso, second fill, but let's find out.
All right.
Ooh, boy, that nose is toasted. Toasted dark fruits.
This is weird for me because I know it's not a smoke expression, but I get mesquite wood in here. So I'm kind of surprised my nose is picking that up.
That's probably the toastedness that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Creme brulee.
Dang. All I can think of is barbecue ham sandwiches. Because I go to this jiu-jitsu academy and they're right next to this barbecue pit place, and that's all I smell and think about.
Cinnamons.
A little bit leathery for sure, I think.
Cotton.
Oh,
really, it smelled like I was in like a dry cleaners and all surrounded by all the clothes. Like a cotton. Yeah. Fresh cotton.
Okay. Just for me, a hint of lemon. But I love your cotton description. I can see that.
I didn't have that before in my nose just from sitting here smelling. I was like, wait a minute. All right. I'm going in on the palate.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers. Forget me not. That's right. As Duke said.
Boy. Woo. Never would I guess this was 8 years old. This is so nice. It's so rich. Nice influence here for 4 years and a second fill Oloroso. There's some leather starting to show and some tobaccos, like a much older whiskey. The dark fruits, the fig.
Yeah. And I was surprised when I first tried this earlier. I thought, holy crap, like, I love this. Oops, I'm not supposed to say that. But it was just, it tastes older than it is. Like, in my mind, I would have guessed it to be 17, if I maybe that's reaching it, but it had these kind of rich viscosity to it, like major dates, like a date cake covered with butterscotch. So it was really, really creamy.
As you were thinking an age there, and you were like, and quoting you, you said, I was going to say, and 16 came to mind for me.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
and then you said 17. So, yeah, I don't think you're too far off.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Let me see what else I have here. Blackberries, brown sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then the tobacco and the leather starting to show, which you usually don't see until some much older whiskeys.
Yeah. Yeah. Hello, Envy Guitar. Oh, Envy Guitar. That's a good name. Yeah. Definitely get that leather.
There's something else going on there too, kind of like is it a dark chocolate or a toffee? It's a little different hanging around there underneath in the background.
Yeah. I always think of like that kind of darkness. It's not overtly like dark chocolate, but a date cake, like a medjool dates specifically.
There you go.
Just covered in that either butterscotch or like some caramel sauce that just kind of makes it that. But
yeah, or coffee cake, as I was sitting there and you were describing it, like a coffee bundt cake.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's what it is. That was that underlying I was trying to figure out.
Yes, bundt cake, more accurate. See, so always so good. Really like this. Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, drop of water. Very rich too on the palate. The finish on this one, neat, hangs around.
Yeah.
It's thick, it's chewy. And again, this is even the Distillery 19 we had before was the 69th cask from Distillery 19. This one, an earlier distillery number 11, which is the 11th distillery we ever bought whiskey from. And this is only the 46th cask that we've released from them. So again, not too many casks coming from this distillery.
Yeah. And that's what's so great about SMWS. You get so many different distilleries and it's always exciting. Like just off the beaten path stuff. With water, I got a hint of orange and kind of like an Amaro spritz, like some type of orange Amaro liqueur. Wow. And then vanilla and waffle cones.
That almost feels hotter ABV wise with water.
Yes.
It almost feels like it boosted the ABV up, man. It is really punching me.
That's the exact note I got too. It had like jalapeno spice to me when water was exposed.
I'd go, maybe I'd go more Serrano pepper, a little milder.
Okay.
Stuffed Serranos. Well, no, you don't stuff Serranos. They're too skinny. I'm thinking of what's the bigger, flatter ones that you stuff?
Oh.
I'd make them several times a year. Poblanos.
Oh, okay.
Stuffed poblanos. Yep, there you go. California Scotty got it just in time.
Nice.
Oh, Malty Alti, you are speaking my language. Sounds delicious. One of my all-time faves is the Tomatin Distillery exclusive, aged in Pedro Jimenez. Bought 2 at the distillery back in 2019. Just wow. Absolutely, probably the best whiskey I've ever had as well. I've had 2 or 3 bottles of that cask. And please, Malty Alti, tell me you bought it because you'd seen me and Bart talking about it on the dummies.
Nice.
Yeah, seriously. Probably the best whiskey I've ever. I've got about a third of a bottle left that I drink very sparingly because it's almost gone. Yep, Multi bought it because of Bart and me talking about it.
Yes.
Yeah. We were there in 2019 too at the distillery, and we'd had it before that, but I picked up 2 bottles of it there, and I've had a bottle since that I had Roy, or asked Roy, Aquavitae over there in Scotland if he could get me another bottle of it, and he did.
That's nice. He's so
Yeah.
friendly. But I love the videos with the Scotch Testaments because you're the serious one, and Bert is like the wild one. So it's nice to see the contrast.
I've got to keep Bart in focus. He's literally like a squirrel. You know, here and there and darting around and forgetting what's going on, and I've got to like bring him back in, like get him in there. I can be funny too, but with Bart, I spend so much time trying to rein him in. I can't be funny.
No, you're funny. You have like more of what is that? A dry sense of humor, I would say.
Yeah, probably. Mm-hmm. All right, let me put a little bit more water on this one. I might have. That might be my third. I don't remember if I put a second one on there or not. Anyway.
This may sound bad, but my reaction to this one when I first had it, I was like, oh, this is the whiskey that could get somebody pregnant. That's
mm-hmm.
just sweating over here in California.
You mean like you carry this around with you in your car, you know, and then you meet the guy and you give it to him, he drinks it, and then things happen?
Yes. No. I mean, what does some classy person say?
Woo. Yeah, very nice. 2 maybe 3 rounds of water here. Man, this is still a gorgeous whiskey. It's handling water very well. It's very rich. It comes off much older than 8 years old. Blind, I would never believe this was 8 years old. Like Lynn thought it would be 17. I would think at least 16. Very nice influence here, and yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Let's look at the tasting notes on the bottle. For 11.46, Organized Artistry. An almond croissant ducked in toffee sauce and encrusted with freeze-dried cranberry and blackberry. A palate and nose in joyous harmony.
Wow. That sounded incredible when you leaned into the mic. A jazz session when he's just clapping.
Yeah.
The board is snapping the fingers.
And I think we said, but 4 years, ex-bourbon hogshead, 4 years in the second fill. So a little bit longer maturation and very nice.
Must have been really juicy casks to pick all that up.
For a second fill. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Must have been very nice.
All right.
Yes, Kyle, you're right. Don't drink if you're pregnant, right?
Yes. I said it's the whiskey that gets you pregnant, which is totally different, Kyle.
Let me see if I have what. Okay, I find it a little funny, right? My opinion. I'm not saying it could be right, could be wrong. The comedic side of me. On UK bottles from the UK, they have the symbol on there of a pregnant woman with a slash through it. Right? Which is a funny symbol.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll just leave it at that.
All right. The juice is flowing. I didn't want to throw the other ones. I took a swig, which means things will get interesting the third and fourth round. Just kidding.
Okay. NV Guitar, I wish SMWSA shipping to Hawaii wasn't nuts. Maybe that's a good thing. Hawaii and Alaska naturally both have high shipping. The only thing I can, encourage you to do, and we have members in Alaska and Hawaii that combine shipments, and we're willing to do that for, Hawaii and Alaska. if you know other members there. Generally, we don't combine shipments for, if you got 2 or 3 guys in California that want to combine a shipment, we generally don't do that. They have to go to the same person at the same address on the same account. Hawaii and Alaska, we do make exceptions for because the shipping rates are so high. So if you know anybody else there, join, or combine shipments with them. You can also order 1, 2, 3 bottles and ask us to hold them for you because you're going to order more in the future. Then you order, the 4th, 5th, 6th bottle, however many. You can ask us to combine those shipments, then, and then we'll ship them at the same time. And that'll save you a little bit of money.
Yeah. Good point. Or Envy Guitar just moved to the mainland.
I wouldn't tell anybody that Hawaii's got to be beautiful. Never been there, but it looks beautiful. Of course, I'm in Wichita, Kansas. There's a lot of beautiful places out there compared to Wichita, Kansas. So, all right, let's move on to say hello to number 3.
Oh, no.
Another deep, rich, and dried fruits. I'll let you introduce this one again, Lynn.
Sure. We got a Society Cast number 6.72, Fruitful Endeavors, a 17-year. So this is 13 years of age. It's aged in 1 cask, and it was transferred to a first fill Spanish Oloroso hogshead, and then the other cask was a first fill American oak PX hogshead, and then they married the cask together before bottling it.
Yep.
Hopefully that made sense. That was a lot of math for an artist, so it hurt my brain.
Yeah. Technically, this is a small batch release. There are 515 bottles in this release. It's 2 casks, 2 hogsheads. Like Lynn stated, they had 2 ex-bourbon hogsheads that were aging, distillate from number 6. And at 13 years of age, they took one and put it into a first fill Spanish oak Oloroso hogshead. And they took the other one and put into first fill American oak Pedro Jimenez hogshead. They both aged individually for another 4 years. And then at the end of that, they combined both hogsheads, so Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez, and bottled it. So it resulted in 515 bottles and this delicious whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of an odd. I mean, with our festival releases and stuff, we do small batches, or we've had the blended batches before. This is the first one I remember kind of done this way. Or just 2 casks were brought together and then released. So, yeah, kind of neat. All right.
Okay.
Fruity, smooth, sweet. Again, kind of the red fruits.
This is strange. It's kind of sounds slightly strange, but I get a little bit of a cheese note.
Okay, yeah. Not strange.
And then some like jam and cheese.
Like the fig jam that you use on a charcuterie board. Nutty. This is kind of I'm trying to pin down what kind of fruits. That's red fruitish. It's nutty. What kind of nut? Can't necessarily say, but sweet, fruity, nutty. Oak, of course. Nice oak influence.
It's really interesting. You mentioned about like nosing it left, right, or just both at the same time. Like when I nose at the same time, I get that cheese, but then when I swipe left to right, then all of a sudden I get orange marmalade.
Oh,
it's crazy how doing something like that like makes such a difference in terms of like its aroma for me.
A little spicy, a little peppery on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of oak, a little bit of fruit, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of nut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start drinking
Yep. Go ahead.
this.
So,
Someone's here.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and take a sip. I was just going to say, I think for 17 years old here, though, nice cask influence, and it's kind of rounded this out, and it's kind of mellowed the nose a little bit, and that age is showing.
Mm. Wow. Okay. This is really interesting because earlier to me, it was like an exploration of chocolates. Like it was super dark and plummy, and it initially had that 92% dark chocolate profile. And then when it just kind of settled in after a few minutes, it dropped down to 85% dark chocolate and like then 72. But now, right off the bat, just trying it, it has more of a 72% chocolate profile.
Yeah.
And plum.
I've got, so you were getting cheese on the nose. I've got white chocolate cheesecake on the palate.
Oh boy.
Yeah. One of my favorites.
Yes. Oh man, I think I need to go to Cheesecake Factory after this.
Yeah, kind of a raspberry or a strawberry white chocolate cheesecake.
Mm.
Almost a little bit of like a lime zest on it, though, too. There's a little bit of a citrus note. A little bit of a pipe tobacco as well here. It's really sweet. This one reminded me of an acid cigar. Acid cigars, they take the wrappers and they soak them in these different juices, for lack of a better, I can't think of what they're, thing. But anyway, it results in a really, there's different acid cigars.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while. I used to smoke one of them, was called a Cuba Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
It was very sweet, man. It just make you salivate. Not like Swisher sweet. That's like cheap.
Mm.
These are like good stuff.
Oh, interesting.
But I really get that kind of that, not pipe tobacco. I might have said pipe tobacco, more cigar tobacco wrapper here, where it's just this really sweet, and it makes me salivate. Really sweet, really nice.
Wow. That's cool. I've never heard of that style cigar. So when you said acid cigar, I thought, oh, are we getting some psychedelic cigars that I don't know? No. To answer Alfie's question, I got key lime pie on the aroma, and I was gonna say that earlier, but not so much on the flavor.
This was man, I think the 17 years on this one really shows. Really, and I want to say 13 years ex-bourbon. Yeah, I guess we did discuss that, right? 13 years in ex-bourbon, then 4 years in both the Oloroso and the Pedro Jimenez. Both first fills. Very nice influence from them. Wow, man, I'm still just salivating and having that kick in at the back of my palate.
It's really fun because, usually for me, when I have those sherry casks, it can lead to that kind of dryness. This makes your mouth like really salivate and just really watery. And you're just wanting to drool. And I definitely get that white chocolate cheesecake, that raspberry coulis or whatever they call it. Is it coulis? I don't know. I'm just trying to throw in some French words to sound classy, even though I'm not. But
so Oloroso generally will be spicy, dry, and then those dark, non-sweet fruits, kind of like the dates, the plums, raisins, things like that. Pedro Jimenez will bring the strawberries, maybe the raspberries, syrupy brown sugar sweetness, molasses, kind of those notes. This one would really be, there's a little bit of all of that going on with this one. And blind, I wouldn't know. I'd be confused on what this was, because you really do get all that. It's a little astringent, it's a little spicy, but it's a little fruity sweet, and it's a little syrupy.
Yeah, it's like going to a buffet. You get everything. For me, that's how I say buffet. I say buffet. I always try to make profit when I go to the Wynn Hotel, which isn't often, but
Is that like Phoebe buffet?
Yeah. There's like a really interesting like rice cracker finish, like a soy a ponzu action happening. Mm. I don't know if you've ever had that, Scott, but I also don't want to scare you with weird stuff.
I eat everything. I love all kinds of foods.
Mm.
So
Oh, I forgot to add water.
I added a drop. It doesn't add anything for me, or it hasn't yet, and it didn't when I was taking some notes earlier.
Mm.
It stays, but it kind of really lets it open up and kind of expands it.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of times with the older whiskeys, that especially at 17 years, that water just that's what water does.
Mm. I get a little bit of chipotle spice with water, just like the other one you mentioned with water gets a little bit spicier.
Mm-hmm.
This picks up a little bit of that chipotle spice for me, and then like a milk chocolate and cherry bonbon finish. Mm.
I might go more dark chocolate, more chocolate and fudge.
Mm.
Like I said, there's so much because of the Oloroso and the Pedro Jimenez on this,
Mm.
and bourbon hogsheads. I mean, occasionally you get flashes of those citrusy sweetnesses and
Yeah.
a vanilla, and then you get flashes of Oloroso and you get flashes of Pedro Jimenez. Really a great dram, very interesting. I think it's the one you can spend quite a bit of time with, and it's
Mm.
probably going to even evolve more as it is open longer and gets more air.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Malty Alti says that umami is one of the great flavors in sherried whiskey. Love thick soy sauce.
Yeah.
Well, I was watching this special. Have you watched what is it? Fat, acid,
Yes.
heat. There's four of them.
Yes.
Salt, fat, salt, acid, heat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, it's a 4-part series on Netflix. Well, and she's written a book as well.
Mm-hmm.
She goes to Japan. And I can't remember her name right offhand. Do you remember? Do you know it?
I no, I'm gonna Google it right now. But yeah.
Anyway, one of the episode on salt, she's in Japan, and they show them harvesting salt from seaweed in one of Japan's oceans. And so I bought that it's available on you can Google it. You can find out what the salt is. I bought it on Amazon. She
Mm.
also goes to an authentic Japanese soy factory where they ferment soy sauce for up to 4 years.
Ah.
I mean, there's only like one or two places in Japan that do it. I mean, all the other soy sauce is really quickly made, not fermented,
Yeah.
especially over 4 years. But
Mm-hmm.
it was a great episode. But I ordered that soy sauce too, and it's like $45 for a
Wow.
bottle of it.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's a little bit. It's like a 16-ounce bottle. It's a big bottle of it, and it is the best soy sauce I've ever had. It is delicious, and even the guy from the soy sauce place there, in the show, he says very few Japanese people have had authentic soy sauce because there's so much out on the market that isn't
Mm.
like this. It's fermented for this long.
Wow, that's cool. I have to rewatch it.
Yeah.
And yeah, Duke wrote the chef's.
Samin. Yep. Samin.
Mm.
That was a great series. So
Mhm. Yeah, I'll have to rewatch it. I
yeah,
remember. Mm-mm.
Kyle Whippert, authentic soy sauce is insane. But yeah, you can Google it, and then if you Google Netflix, salt, acid, fat, heat,
Mhm.
you can find out where to buy each of the things that she has in her episodes. And that
Mhm.
salt, I've bought the salt several times. I love it. I love that salt.
Uh-huh.
And then the soy sauce I've only had to buy one bottle of because I don't use that much of, and
Mhm.
it's like a concentrate of soy sauce. I mean, it's so thick and rich. I mean, a couple you buy sushi and it's like 2 little drops of this soy sauce is like
Wow.
fantastic.
I've done something where like I take thinly sliced beef and I throw in a little bit of that soy sauce, and I can't pronounce it. Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, that's it.
And a little bit of like a Zab's tobacco, and it's just like the best thing ever. So, but I have to look at that soy sauce. How do you say it, Scott?
Worcestershire.
Holy crap, I was way off. Sounded like I just immigrated over to America like today.
You were close. That was close. I knew what you were saying. All right, let's look at the tasting. Oh, I love that one. Great. Both of those Dirtiffs are deep, rich in dried fruits. Great whiskeys. Tasting notes on the bottle. Fruitful Endeavors, 6.72. This is a small batch release made by marrying the contents of 2 casks. It packs plentiful fruits, seductive sweetness, and subtle hints of spice. Yep, short and sweet on the notes. We've got on there the bourbon or the casks on this. Initial cask is ex-bourbon hogsheads. Final cask, first fill Oloroso hogshead and first fill PX hogshead. So very nice.
I'm surprised they were short with the descriptions. I thought they would be very poetic and obscure.
Yeah. Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Fourth and final whiskey, the Big Easy.
Okay. We've got a 4.374. It's called Directly Fired and to the Point. And it's a 12-year. I want to say it's in a hogshead cask.
11-year.
Oh, crap. 11-year, guys.
Close.
Lightly heated. 63.1% ABV.
This was a tough lineup with the 4 bottles because they all hold their own and really could fit anywhere. We could have reviewed these in any order, and I think our palates would have been, fine with it. So really here, this color real similar to the 18-year-old that we saw earlier from Distillery 19, golden honeyed hue, 11 years first fill ex bourbon. So nice cask influence here.
Yeah.
Note.
All right. A little bit of a lemon on the nose. Lemon meringue pie.
Multi-Alti says the Big Easy also should carry the label warning may lead to pregnancy.
Oh, yeah.
Love a snort. You know you got her when you get the snort. All right, lemon, man, right up front to me when I sat down with this earlier, lemongrassy, vanilla, and citrus, and light peat.
I get a little bit of lemon sorbet here, a little bit of like Yakult.
Of what?
Yakult. I'm just on a Japanese train right now for some reason.
Yakult?
Yakult. I don't know if you have that. It's like this probiotic yogurt juice thing it's a Japanese brand, and there's like a very specific flavor.
Huh.
I wish I could just mail you all this stuff, but they won't last.
Is it kind of like Greek yogurt or a kefir?
It's kind of, but it's sweet and it's not thick. It's just like this juice. Yeah. Anywho, let me see if I can find something less obscure here. I'm sorry with descriptions. Yeah, I mentioned lemon meringue. That's all I got.
Maybe a little almost minty, or is it mint?
Let me see here.
Forestry.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely minty for sure. I like it. Jen said lemongrassy and a little bit sassy. She too is a rapper.
um, York peppermint patty.
Mm. Mm. Yeah.
All right, get on the palate. Cheers, Lynn.
Cheers. I was gonna say Ben Gay on the nose.
Hmm?
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm. Mm.
I get lots of honeycombs, and a little bit of char, like charcoal, for sure.
Man, if there was a peated, lightly peated / juicy oak and vanilla category profile, right there. And
Hmm.
it's juicy. There's vanillas, there's oak, there's citrus, there's peat.
Yeah. It's so interesting that, on the nose you picked up mint, which I got, and then it's totally different on the flavor
Yeah.
profile.
Yeah. Oh wow. Lime Skittles.
Oh, I love that.
Because I mean it's like the citrus, but it's also
S- Sweet.
sour. It's
Yeah.
that sweet sour.
Sweet. Uh-huh. Definitely. I can see that. It just makes your tongue salivate too.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
I
Man, it's
think
so rich.
I think a huddle as I mean a subtle hint of brine comes out on the finish, but like it's nowhere near briny as like Distillery 53. To me it's much more on that charcoal side and like subtle wise.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a saltiness maritime to it. Not a lot.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's up front. A little bit in there with the peat.
Hmm.
A little bit of a salt water, sea salt note. Hmm. Wow. And the highest ABV of the night. So good thing we're finishing with this one.
Mm. I'll see if I can show up to jiu-jitsu late and just beat somebody. I'm not going to beat anyone up. I don't know. I don't know why I'm rambling.
You should. You
I
should
never
beat someone up.
I never beat anyone up. I'm always terrified of going into class because I hate confrontation. And I have the most stripes in that class for the beginners class, but it's just really it's a joke because I'm definitely the weakest one. There's always somebody a lot more athletic with a killer instinct. Scott, if you went on the mat, you'd be like, "Yeah, I got this," and you just take everybody down.
I'm too old. I'd tear something.
No.
I'm not 25 anymore. Yeah. I'd get on the mat and then first punch, I'd be like, oh, I tore some fat.
I don't believe you.
Like, oh, my knee. Oh, my back. Like, I'm out. I'm out.
You know what? There's like these two police officers that show up like once a month, and there's one gal who's like a foot shorter than me, and she always puts me into submission. And every time I think, oh, yeah, she can take anyone down.
Envy Guitar is asking if that Lynn is that the one in the tiny plastic bottle. I think he was the yogurt type thing you were talking about.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Hmm. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yakult.
What'd you say? Yakult?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably what I would say.
Mm.
There we go.
Okay. Oh.
Drop of water.
All right.
And I guess I get asked that a lot too. I say a drop of water. And sometimes I use a round of water because it's not necessarily a drop of water. I added a dropper and a half to this because it'll depend on how much whiskey I have in the glass and what the ABV of the whiskey is. So there's still quite a bit here. I've got an ounce pour left at 63%. I added a dropper and a half, which is probably 10 to 12 drops of water that I put on it.
Mm.
And that still is hardly going to dent it. Probably. We'll see.
Yeah. I think the spice picks up a little bit with water, but then it switches from honey to more of that a graham cracker profile for me. A little bit of cantaloupe.
Little bit of a melon showing. Yeah. I still a little bit of mintiness here though as well, or even forestry like a pine or evergreen.
Yeah, I can definitely see that on the finish for sure.
Little bit of a tobacco again, lightly.
Whew! That thing just like punched me in the face. I took a bigger sip of this.
And you're not even at jujitsu.
I know.
It's still punching you in the face. Wow. It said, "Take that, Lynn."
They have funny submission names. Like when I try to explain somebody jiu-jitsu, I'm like, oh, there's this move called the rear naked choke. And somebody's like, don't threaten me with a good time. And then like my professors, they all look like supermodels because they're like South American. And so they're like, okay, you want to get into mount position? And I try not to chuckle, but I chuckle inside. Anyways, I got off track. This is not a pregnancy whiskey, guys, just to be clear. Oh, now it's like minty with a little bit more water for me.
Yep. I would say a little milk chocolate showing as well with water. Minty, peaty, citrusy, vanilla, oak, little nuttiness, salty. There's a lot going on. Yeah, very nice. Very nice whiskey for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For 11 years, first fill, ex bourbon.
Yeah. I think with a lot of drops of water, it definitely gets a little bit drier, but then it kind of takes you all over the place with chocolate and spice and mint. But I think with 2 drops of water, having it neat, you get more of that kind of sweeter profile.
Yeah. Yeah, Multi-Alti says, I think you had a tasty note of Ben Gay. I think that was on the nose. I think that was on the nose. You came out right at the end.
Yeah.
The mintiness showing. Are we ready for tasty notes on the bottle?
Yes, please.
All right, 4.374, the Big Easy. We boarded a paddle steamer to enjoy the New Orleans skyline. Single malt, originally from bourbon hogsheads, married in first fill bourbon barrel. Well, that doesn't tell us nothing.
Yeah. Well, these tasting notes, it's like they gave up today. What's going on? My favorite tasting note is still that leather something. It just made me chuckle so much. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It was like a grain whiskey. And like I kept on chuckling because it was like leather and like a spanking something. I'm like, are we still talking about whiskey or is it something?
I don't remember, no.
It's just never mind. You blocked it out of your memory because you were traumatized by it.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sorry.
Like, oh, we're getting fired tomorrow.
You're not getting fired. I'm definitely getting fired.
I see Bruce Byram is here now. He says, coming in late. Thanks, Scott.
Huh, Bruce, you just missed out on me trying to compare whiskey to no, I wasn't trying to compare it. It sounded like a dominatrix whiskey, Scott. There, I said it. See, it was that leather or something with spanking involved, and I was like, whoa, what's happening? But these ones, these descriptions are very straightforward.
3H Hemp, which is Hoyt Hemphill. I know Hoyt. He came to Wichita and met me one time
Oh, cool.
a while back. Yep. He says the more Lynn drinks, the funnier she gets.
Oh my gosh. I'm so funny. Oh, yeah. They'll come to a point where you guys won't see me and you'll know exactly why.
Oh,
And it's because of
do you have a full list for tomorrow's release? Yes, I do have. Matter of fact, I think there's 8 whiskeys tomorrow. So not that much. It is August. It's hot. But let's see. Let me go here. Share screen. Yes. Yes. Come on. It's thinking about it.
Okay.
Let's just do a window here. That we're gonna share that. Boom, right there. How's that? Can you see it?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whiskeys tomorrow. We do have an oily and coastal coming out at the top of the list there, 64.145. Griffinistically unusual. 11-year-old Speyside from X Refill Bourbon, X PD, then X Jamaican Rum Barrels.
Oh.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Another 10 Distillery 10. I about said the name. 0.263, a Smoky Slice, 10-year-old, second fill Pedro Jimenez. That one's got to be gorgeous. We did 11.46 tonight. We've got a distillery number 1, 0.287. The first whiskey, the first distillery the SMWS ever bought, directly fired and to the point. 12-year-old Speyside, first fill barrel in the spicy and sweet category. 18.61 to go along with the 19.69, but 18.61 Sand Dunes and Sunrise. 15-year-old refill bourbon, first fill Spanish oak oloroso and PX hogsheads. Wonder if they did this, if we did the same thing there that we did with the 6.72. If we took 2 casks and combined them. The Big Easy we looked at tonight, the Fruitful Endeavors we looked at tonight, and the Highlander Start. So that's it. Everybody got your screenshot in. I'm going to stop sharing. 1 or 3, 2, 1. Boom.
Okay. Well, it was a great time. This lineup was really fun. And yeah. I'm gonna stop talking because I'll definitely say something else really, really inappropriate.
I hate to encourage you, Lynn, but Multi says a leather spanking, I believe.
Oh man.
Very true. You guys are a riot. Multi snobbery has no place in whiskey. Drink, share, and enjoy. And as we say, Scotch Malt Whiskey Societies are not for swigging, glugging, or knocking back. Please drink responsibly.
Yes.
All right, Lynn. Let's see. Do we have anything else to talk about? Anything coming up? There will be tomorrow. So these are released 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I'll give everybody watching a little teaser. There'll be a special with 3 bottle orders. You'll receive 2 SMWS whiskey glasses.
That's right.
Yep. So wait till tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern time. You'll get the email. The sale goes into effect and the promotion of 2 free whiskey glasses with 3 bottle orders. Lynn, good luck at jiu-jitsu later.
Thank you. I probably can't drive now, so I'll have to miss the class. To be honest.
We only did 4.
Huh?
We only did 4.
No, but like they were delicious and I didn't want to dump them. So I shot them down like a college student. Which the whole premise of SMWS is it's not for swinging, glugging, and I did that. Oh boy.
3 cheers for college. Hip hip hooray. Hip hip hooray.
Okay.
Hip hip hooray. Anyway, all right. Yep, Uber. Kyle Whippert says Uber over there and see what happens, Lynn. All right. Well, thanks everybody that tuned in. Appreciate it, and we'll see you. There are we've paused the mid-month Outturn previews, so really outside of special releases, you're only getting these first of the month for the main Outturn preview tastings right now. Maybe we'll pick back up with the mid-months in the future, and also in-person tasting events are picking back up. We take July and August off from those because of the summer months and the heat. September, the first week of September, I think most events are on September 3rd, Tuesday night after Labor Day weekend. In-person events will be picking up again, so watch. There'll be an email coming out on that shortly for which cities are involved with that.
Yes.
Lynn, anything else?
No, please don't encourage me to talk anymore.
All right. Cheers, Lynn. And cheers to everybody that tuned in. We appreciate it. Again, 1 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. These will go on sale. Cheers.
Yes. Thank you, Scott, for always being amazing.
Thank you, Lynn, for
if you got guys and gals ever need something, you talk to Scott. He's so awesome. He makes me feel like a champion.
Are you not entertained? All right. Good night, everybody. Cheers.
All righty. Okay.